So Christy's in the kitchen again, and she's been cooking. That's right, you have good looking. She's got Dolly's Home Chef chicken and dumplings, and Dolly's cornbread recipe from Good Lookin Cookin. So we come to you hat in hand for another great kitchen adventure. Come along and join her right now.
Good morning, afternoon, evening from the Ramsey Ranch Kitchen. We are the home chef test kitchen for Dolly Parton's Good Lookin Cookin home chef meals, as well as her Good Lookin Cookin cookbook. We're going to make something from the cookbook and something from home chef today. So today we are actually going to make Dolly's Rustic chicken and dumplings. And out of the cookbook, we are going to make Dolly's cornbread. And we're going to start with the cornbread, but I'm going to first show you what's in the home chef kit for the rustic chicken and dumplings. We've got 12 ounces of chicken breast. Let's open up this bag, see what we got. It's very convenient. We've got 2 stalks of celery. We've got a package of parsley, a little pack of poultry seasoning, another pack of poultry seasoning. I think that's for each of the chicken breasts. We've got a biscuit mix. We've got 2 really nice, big, beautiful carrots. We've got a couple of green onions and some garlic cloves, chicken broth concentrate, which is to make your soup with, and that's it. So we're going to start that after the cornbread, but first we are going to show you how Dolly and her sister Rachel make their cornbread. And of course for that we're going to need a cast iron skillet. Regular pan will do if you don't have one. And again, I don't give the exact recipe because you got to buy the cookbook to get it. Dolly likes Martha White's cornmeal mix, and that is actually what I use too, so I already had that on hand. She uses buttermilk, bacon grease, salt and pepper, and I think that's it. So we're going to put that together, and then we will start our rustic chicken and dumplings. Okay, all my good looking cooking people, you know you're good looking. Alright, so Dolly's cookbook recommends that you use bacon grease as your fat for your cornbread. Her recipe actually tells you to melt it on the stove. I do something a little bit different. And that's probably about the amount she calls for. And again, I don't give the full amounts because you got to buy the cookbook, y'all. So what I do is I take my iron skillet and I put it in the oven at the temperature that it recommends, and I let it start to melt that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and put together the cornbread. She calls for the Martha White buttermilk cornmeal mix. That is what we are using. That is what I always use for my cornbread, so good on Dolly for that. So it, here we go, our cornbread mix. It calls for whole buttermilk, so we're gonna do that. It calls for a little bit of salt. And by the way, thank you to our subscribers, Vicky and Marie, for this awesome salt box. It's amazing. It says, take life with a grain of salt. I gotta tell you, the older I get, the more I know that that's true. You can't take everything seriously, except the stuff that really needs to be. A little bit of pepper. And I'm going to use my little Dutch whisk here to whisk it up. So the pan is melting our grease there. And we're going to add a little bit of that grease back into this mixture of the cornmeal. And then it's ready. Cornbread is super simple, y'all. Her recipe is probably pretty spot on to mine. I will use regular milk in place of buttermilk if I don't have buttermilk. And that's about it. Alrighty. Okay, good looking cooking friends. This is what your batter should look like. It's just nicely mixed, not over mixed, and that's very good. All right, so I'm gonna move this over, and my shortening should be, or my bacon grease. You can use shortening, you can use butter, you could use oil. But this recipe calls for bacon grease, and well, it's southern, so well, there we are. All right, so our bacon grease is nice and melty. And so what I'm doing right now is I am coating the sides of this pan. This pan was my mom's, and means a lot to me. So we're just gonna pour most of that into our batter, leaving enough there on the bottom. And I'm gonna mix that in, pour it in our pan and bake it. And that's it. Cornbread, super simple. If you don't make cornbread, it is super simple. Now I know Dolly makes a cornbread, a sweet corn muffin mix in the grocery stores, and sometime maybe we'll try that. But well, Brooks is southern, and he doesn't really care for sweet cornbread. I grew up on sweet cornbread, so I can take it either way. All right, move this over, and in it goes.
Smelling good in there.
Well, he says it smells good, but I think all he smells right now is bacon grease.
Nothing wrong with that smell.
I guess not. All right, we're going to pat it in there just like that. And we're going to throw it in the oven, and we will show you what it looks like when it's done. And we're also going to start on that Home Chef Rustic Chicken Dumplings from Dolly's sister Rachel, Hart, and George. We'll be back. Our cornbread is done, and it looks perfect to me. What do you think? All right, guys, Home Chef says step 1 is to cook the chicken, prepare the chicken, get that ready. So it says to remove it from the package. And I'm gonna set that aside in a safe spot and pat it dry. So I'm gonna do that, both sides. Of course, always wash your hands before you touch chicken. And notice I'm only using one hand that's touching the chicken. Well, I'm not doing a good job there, but it's sticking to the chicken. Anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect dry. It just needs to be able to have the seasoning adhere to it. All right. So there we got our 2 6-ounce chicken breasts, and it's given us 2 packages of poultry seasoning. So we're going to use 1 for each of these chicken breasts. And pat that down on there. It smells yummy. That does not smell like your everyday poultry seasoning to me. It smells like it's got other good stuff in it. Maybe some garlic, pepper. It's probably got your salt and pepper and everything in there already as well. Just my guess from smelling it. All right, next step is going to be cooking the chicken in a skillet. So we'll see you back over at the stove. All right, friends, Home Chef says that we need to preheat a pan, medium heat, with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just using a regular olive oil. Our pan is definitely ready. Plug some water and throw those chicken breasts in the pan. It says 5 to 7 minutes each side. So I'm going to put you on a time lapse while that chicken cooks and bring you back to when we flip it. Alright, it has been about 5 minutes. I believe it is time to flip. That looks really good. Alrighty, friends, this chicken looks good to me. It says to remove it and let it cool, because we're going to shred it up later or chop it up later, whichever you prefer. But look at that. Looks yummy. And we are actually going to finish the dish in this pan. So the next step for after we have cooked our chicken is to go ahead and prepare our veggies, or you could maybe do this a little bit while the chicken is cooking. So we've got celery, carrots, parsley. Parsley's falling apart there. Green onion and garlic. We'll go ahead and start with the carrots, and just a quick peel on those, and then it says that we should cut them into 1-inch pieces. Now I'm sure, as some of you may be like us, we don't really love big giant pieces of carrot, so we may chop that just a little bit smaller for us. But rustic means rustic, so that means big chunks, and that also means a little bit easier prep. So I really should just do what it says, but Brooks and I are both of the opinion that we just like a little bit smaller piece of carrot. Alright. Of course, wash and rinse off your veggies before you do anything. Chickens like celery too, y'all. The green onion. I'm destemming the parsley and chopping it up a little bit finer. We've got 2 cloves of garlic, and the instructions say to mince it. I'm just going to rough chop it into small pieces. Home Chef says to take the vegetables and put them in the pan with the drippings from the chicken, and we're going to saute those for 5 to 7 minutes until the veggies start to soften. While the veggies cook, I'm going to go ahead and assemble our dumplings. I put in the biscuit mix and 4 tablespoons of water, and I'm mixing that around until a dough forms. Once I have my dough formed here, I'm going to go ahead and put that out on my dough mat there, and I'm going to add a little bit of flour. I didn't hold any flour aside so that it wouldn't stick, so I'm just using a little bit of all-purpose flour so that I can roll these out, or rather pat them out, and cut them into dumplings. I've got my biscuit dough patted out, and now I'm cutting it into little square dumplings. I'm transferring the dumpling pieces into a bowl so that we can get them into the soup when it's ready. Now Home Chef says to shred up the chicken. I'm just using clean hands to shred it into bite-sized pieces. Now that our vegetables are pretty tender, we're going to add in the 2 packets of the concentrated chicken broth and 4 cups of water, and let that come to a simmer, and it'll cook for probably 10 to 12 minutes. You can also do this while you're shredding chicken and making your dumplings, but here it is, nice and ready to go for our dumplings and our chicken. I'm adding the chicken back into the pot. I'm going to stir it up, and then we're going to add our dumplings. All right, it is time to add in our dumpling pieces, and Home Chef says to layer them on the top of the pot or the pan, and make sure they have a little bit of room, and do not disturb. You don't touch them, you don't stir them, you don't anything, you just let them sit there, and then you're going to cover them and cook them for 6 minutes. After 6 minutes, you're going to see that those dumplings are nice and fluffy and more than double the size, and that means your chicken and dumplings is done. We'll meet you back at the table. And here are the fruit of our labor: the rustic chicken and dumplings, a pone of cornbread, and look how beautiful that whole pan came out. Let's see how it tastes. Well, good looking.
You're the good look.
I've been cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel Parton George's, Dolly's sisters.
Yes.
Rustic chicken and dumplings.
Yes.
Which is actually Dolly's favorite birthday meal every year. She says in the cookbook that it is her favorite birthday meal, and her sister Rachel makes it for her every year and says, "Come on over and have some."
I can see why. So
it is rustic. It is a different kind of chicken and dumplings than I've ever made. I enjoyed the process. It's definitely different than the way I do it, so I'm anxious to try it. And then we have Dolly's cornbread, which is actually very similar to my cornbread, so I'm guessing it will be good.
I think it will.
So what do you think we should try first?
Well, I think we should get into this first.
The chicken and dumplings?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's got that nice shredded up rustic chicken and these dumplings that I thought might be like slicker dumplings, but they turned out like fluffy dumplings. So
yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit of
get some carrot, celery,
parsley, the whole
chicken.
deal. I'm using my other hand. I'm using my right, and I'm normally left-handed, so.
There we go. I think we got it. Trying to build a bite here.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Wow. It's actually quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I was not sure because I'm used to having like a thicker broth. I need that napkin. I'm making messy.
How long did you cook these for?
How long did I cook what?
The dish. How long did this take to prepare?
Probably about 45 minutes start to finish.
Okay, so in 45 minutes time, you got a great amount of flavor in that broth.
Well, it's their broth, the Home Chef broth packets that it's like a concentrated broth and then you add water.
Okay.
It's got good flavor, real good flavor.
So basically what they've done.
And I don't even mind the carrots.
No, I like the celery too.
All right, that's really good.
So what I like about this the most, first of all, the chicken. I like the way you prepared that chicken. I actually do like that preparation.
Yeah, that's a different way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, anyway.
These dumplings are a mix between drop dumplings and rolled dumplings.
Yeah.
They really are a mix of both. So, I had an animal that shook the camera.
Hopefully I'm still in the frame.
You are. I'm pretty sure. So,
this is the Ramsey Ranch. This is
we had a Momo.
The Ramsey Ranch. So.
That was a Momo.
Yeah, that's really good.
There's a lot of fresh taste in
there. And this is
there.
actually only half of the servings. We've got the other half, and that makes 2 servings. So you're going to get 2 nice sized bowls out of this.
Yeah.
This was another one on the Home Chef that's considered premium because it's
Dolly's.
a Dolly recipe. Hey, Momo. I don't know if he's on camera, but
I'm sure he is.
So they're around $15 a serving. Now, there is a Home Chef coupon code, or they're offering a special right now, and I'll see if I can put that information below or in the description box, where you can get a certain amount off on your Home Chef if you want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I like it. I enjoy doing something different in the way of chicken and dumplings, and it's neat to taste what Dolly loves. Give me that cornbread. I want to see if that's anything like I would like, and I'm pretty sure that it is.
The dumplings have a different flavor than what I'm used to, but I like it.
In what way?
Almost a sweeter taste.
Yeah. Well, that's they give you a biscuit mix.
Yeah.
So there may be a little sugar in there.
Could be, and I think maybe that's what it is. I do like that.
It's very good. It's not too salty.
No, it is not too salty.
It's actually spiced just right, in my opinion.
Okay.
Momo is wanting to get some of this chicken and dumplings.
Well, Mama doesn't get it. So. All right, I will let you do the honors here.
So cornbread is easy. If you've never made cornbread, I showed you how to make cornbread. And basically, this recipe is pretty close to what I would do. I might add a teaspoon of sugar into mine just to cut the tart. Brooke says no to that, but I do it, and he doesn't usually even notice. So.
It ain't southern cornbread if you put sugar in it.
It's a little crumbly.
Just saying.
But I'm gonna bring this over here. That's good cornbread to me. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
It's actually really good cornbread. I could almost like sprinkle that into my soup.
Yeah.
It's cornbread, good cornbread, made in the iron skillet. You don't taste the bacon fat, but it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's lipstick on the other side.
It's okay. It has a great taste to it. Great texture. That is perfect southern cornbread right there.
It's crumbly as it should be.
Mm-hmm. But crumbly cornbread like this goes great in your chicken and dumplings.
You could easily sprinkle that in there and just have an extra little bit of corn flavor would actually enhance that even further, I think.
I think it would too.
It's kind of neat.
And
her recipe in the cookbook uses actually whole bone chicken, which is also different.
Yeah.
I imagine it tastes very similar to what we have here. So if you have the cookbook, we basically tried an easier version of it with the Home Chef version. As far as Home Chef goes, the value, we said this before, no, it is not inexpensive. It is convenient.
Yeah.
And if you are not a big cooker in the kitchen and you want to learn new things, new ways, it's a good way to just once or twice a week to do it. We're on a subscription right now, and you can pause it at any time without any kind of penalty and tell it, I don't want it to come this week, we don't need them this week.
Yep.
And then just go back online on your subscription and pick your meals when you decide you want to do it again. We have 2 more for next week. They are Dolly recipes, so we'll be doing it again. This one was $15 a plate, so it's $30 for the pot. Yes, that's a lot if you consider 2 bowls of chicken and dumplings. But you have to take the convenience and the experience, and you're trying something new and different. And
there's no waste.
There is no waste. We'll eat this. This will be our meal, our dinner. And when we're busy, sometimes it's hard to eat the leftovers. We said that before. But the recipe in here, the whole recipe, you probably would spend $30 or more to go ahead and make, maybe not that much, the whole recipe if you wanted to.
Yeah.
This was just like a try me, and I enjoyed it. I'm used to a thicker broth, and those dumplings are pretty close to what
I'm used to your chicken and dumplings, but that's very good.
But that is a rich, clear broth that's very good, and I like the way the chicken's done too, and those seasonings are just kind of spot on in my opinion. So
yeah,
I give it 2 thumbs up for sure. And the cornbread, that's basically my cornbread. I use butter instead of bacon fat. They're interchangeable.
But you know I love that bacon fat.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
So we got a pound of cornbread.
Wow. Okay, you're getting pretty southern on me.
Did you notice our hats?
We wore these on purpose today, so we got a box,
a birthday gift,
a birthday box from Miss Marie and Miss Vicky in California, who sent this to us along with some beautiful goodies, and the hats were in here. She's Christy. I'm Brooks because I always say
Christy.
And hers even has the little golden fork.
I got a golden. I don't know what side it's on.
It's on that side. Yeah. And so that's just wonderful.
Momo says hello. Momo wants chicken and dumplings.
Momo is kind of a pest today. He's being a pest. So, but so we wanted to thank them for the hats.
Thank you for the hats.
The hats are awesome. All the goodies are awesome. That's so appreciated, and we're so grateful for that.
These hats will be in some more vlogs for sure. They're fun.
So grateful for all of you that reached out and wished us happy birthday and everything.
Thank you.
So
this is another Home Chef video, Dolly cookbook video. Hope you're enjoying them. I've enjoyed making them. Looking forward to next week's. Won't tell you what they are. But
I've enjoyed eating.
Yes. And anyway, if you like this video,
give us a big thumbs up. make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have some giveaways coming up, guys.
Oh, yes.
You want to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and that you've commented on the appropriate videos. And we may actually have...
We're going to have a video that's actually going to be a surprise giveaway on the live stream.
Pop-up giveaway.
So you have to be on the live stream to win whatever it is.
Yes.
We'll try to do that in the next few days.
And I think it'll be very festive, the giveaway. We'll just say that.
Christmas is coming.
We'll just say that. So we're looking forward to that as well. Also, Ringy Dingy, school's always in with us. So make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know each and every time that we have new content posted. But for the video,
she's Brooks. Oh, wait. No. She's Christy.
I'm Brooks. We just want to say God bless you all and we love you. And we can't wait to show you what's next.
Go make you some rustic chicken and dumplings and cornbread.
Yes.
Stay tuned for a few visuals. We'll see you next time. Love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.